I'm Erica. I'm doing April favorites. I'm gonna try and like group them into categories. So favorite foods. Favorite foods this month is probably quinoa. In love with quinoa. I make a huge pot of it on Sunday nights and split it up through all my lunches, and then have a lot left, not a lot, like a good amount left over because I just do what the bag says, and I use that for like dinners. I also tried quinoa bowls twice this week. Wasn't a huge fan of the quinoa bowl. I don't know, it just didn't like, it wasn't awesome to me. The ice cream man is here. He's also my favorite. He's my favorite all summer. We don't go to him that often though. Favorite fitness things. I have the Jump Start baseball from SportChek. I damaged this hand in, I want to say a car accident. The car was not moving. The door literally shut on my hand. And I've found that doing front rack position things at the gym is putting the weight that puts on my hand is putting a lot of tension into my hand and hurting and like getting really sore because of the tendons that I damaged in it. So I bought this squishy ball for $2. It also donates money to Jumpstart Fund from SportChek, and it's like a stress ball. So I just squeeze it to like work out my fingers and stuff. Then I have this, it's a lacrosse ball. I got 2 of them for $10 from SportSchek, and I find that it's really handy I get knots in my quads, and foam rolling them alone doesn't help. And I bought this other thing. It's over there. I'm not gonna show you it. It's not a favorite this month. It has pokey things on it that are supposed to help work out knots, but it literally just left my leg in bruises from it. So I'm never using that again, and I don't enjoy it. This, on the other hand, works out the knots in my legs without leaving bruises. I also find it's really good for rolling my calves out on because I don't get enough pressure from the foam roller, whereas I get a good amount of pressure from this. Other fitness thing, it's called goat tape. This I borrowed, I didn't return it because that's weird. I borrowed a roll of tape from a friend and for class one day because I had some sort of opened wound that I needed to get covered and padding on my hand. So I use goat tape because it stays on, it stays in place for like the entire workout. It doesn't actually come off until like I try to wash the chalk off my hands, and then it gets wet, and then it's like, we're cool. I also used it because I had KT tape on my ankle that was coming off. I didn't want to like have to put new KT tape on for one day because that stuff's expensive. It's like $1 a strip. So I used goat tape to hold it in place so that I could just get through one more workout with it. It works great. Love goat tape. Favorite things I'm watching. Let's do that. I'm watching Riverdale. Kind of really obsessed with it. Also, there's a Slack channel at work about it. And I love Skeet Ulrich. My roommate and I just finished Girl Boss, which we both really enjoyed too. It was really funny, it was really good. So I'd suggest watching that. We kind of binged it. So I'm watching a lot of Friends. I'm binging the hell out of Friends right now, and I love it. And Sneaky Pete is also another show that I need to finish watching. I think I got a good chunk through the first season before I stopped watching it. I did not see any new movies this month. No, wait, no, well, okay, I did. I watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And I really liked it. I just was really thrown off by the fact that it took place in New York. I thought it took place in England, like Harry Potter, but it didn't. It was like a British guy in New York, and that was really cool. The ending was really weird though, because it kept like, there was like 5 endings. I was like, it was midnight, and I was like, cool, done. No, we're still going. And then it just kept going, and at one point I just got up and started getting ready for bed and just went to bed. What am I reading? What are my favorite reads from April? I have been slowly reading a Tom Holt book called The Outsourcerer's Apprentice. It started off really good and I was really into it. It's good, it's gotten slow and I'm like, let's just wrap this up, guys. We all know where it's going. Oh, I read the articles that come in the Girls Night In newsletter. A friend posted it on Facebook and I was like, that seems cool. So I subscribed to it and then actually like really enjoyed the articles that they put in and like the different things that are in it. And it comes every Friday and it's like midway in the day that I get it on Friday at work. So I just like read that on my lunch instead of my book. Favorite things from April that I'm listening to. I'm listening to 2 podcasts and one thing that I wouldn't call a podcast, but people might. I don't know. Okay, so the podcasts I'm currently listening to are one is called ShePod. I love ShePod. I started listening to it last summer and love it. So it's Rachel King and Sarah Tenenbaum. And they meet every Sunday for brunch and girl talk. And it's a weekly podcast that's updated on Sundays. And I love it. The other podcast I'm listening to is called Still Processing. It is Wesley Morris and Jenna Wortham. I'm sorry if I'm butchering names. I can't pronounce people's names. It is from the New York Times. It was in the newsletter, Girls Night In. They were referencing the podcast that they did, that Still Processing did with the cast of girls. And I was like, oh, I want to listen to this. So I was listening to it at work and then I was like, this is a really interesting podcast. I'm going to listen to another one. Because of Still Processing, I'm also listening to Kendrick Lamar's new album, which, as my best friend Jess said, is completely not something that she'd ever see me listening to. I'm summarizing, I can't remember the actual words that she said, but like I'm feeling like that's probably what she meant by it. And as anybody that knows me, it kind of probably isn't something people would expect me to listen to. They played a bit of it on the podcast and I came at a point in April that I needed something like that. I've been listening to it mostly at work because I don't have it on my phone yet, and I'm actually loving it a lot. I don't know, it's just, it is what I need to be listening to right now and not country songs. And so I'm really enjoying Kendrick Lamar's new album, so you guys should try that. Check that out when you check out Still Processing and ShePod. The Atlantic does readings of their articles. It was linked in a Girls Night In newsletter about how online shopping is like ruining all of us, and you could like read the article or you could just like listen to the Atlantic person read the article for you, and this lady's voice is awesome. And I listened to it and then I went to like their SoundCloud and I think I listened to like 4 of them on Friday. There's just something about like listening to somebody tell me important things that I should know, but I don't know because I don't like watching the news because it's depressing and sad. I highly suggest that for work. I'll have links to these things below in the little like description thing. I think I've covered all my favorites for April. If you have any suggestions on podcasts that I should listen to or other albums you think I should check out, can you please post them below? You can find me on Instagram at Hi I'm Erika. You can find me on Twitter at EricDonovan. And you can find me also at HiI'mErika.com, which sometimes I write blog posts on that aren't related to YouTube videos. Sometimes. And yeah, that's about it. Bye.